from a height of 2 meters. How fast is the ball going to be going when it hits the ground? In this problem, here's the ball. I know the speed is going to be going downward because when you drop something, that's the way it goes. And as we already learned, any object that falls is accelerating down toward the ground. Now, how fast is it accelerating down toward the ground? Every object in every free fall problem is going to accelerate toward the ground at a constant rate of 9.8 meters per second squared. It's not going to be written in the problem because we already know it. We don't need to look for it in the problem. Now we'll pull some other numbers out of the problem. You're going to drop the ball. When you drop something, that doesn't mean you're throwing it. That means you're holding it and you let it go, which means you're not giving it any initial speed. And we're going to drop it from a height of 2 meters, meaning it's going to fall a distance of 2 meters. What's the displacement? Remember, displacement has direction. Since it's downward, it's going to be downward, negative 2 meters. And finally, the question is asking how fast is it going when it hits the ground? So we have our three numbers, displacement, initial velocity, and acceleration. We're looking for final velocity. So we're going to use the equation that does not have time in it, which is Vf squared equals V naught squared plus 2AD. It's already mostly set up for final velocity. We just have to take the square root. So Vf equals the square root of V naught squared plus 2AD. Plugging in our numbers, Vf is equal to the square root. V naught is just 0, so I'm not going to write 0 squared just to have it there. So I'm going to skip it, and we'll just have the 2 times the acceleration, which is negative 9.8 meters per second squared, times the displacement, which is negative 2 meters. When we plug all that into our calculators, we should get an answer of 6.26 meters per second. But since it's coming out of a square root, is it a positive 6.26 or a negative 6.26? Well, you have to think about the problem and what makes sense. Which way is this thing going to fall? It's going to fall down. Since it's going to fall down, positive or upward, 6.26 doesn't make any sense. So the correct answer is negative 6.26 meters per second.